Konnichiwa, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kyoto by Night, The Second Breath. Tonight we are continuing following Ryousuke Akoma as he is getting to know this new state of his, trying to find the right experiences. And it appears that he may be crossing paths with some of the existing members of the city. Perhaps they'll treat him differently than the last Gaki he encountered. Perhaps not. Let's see. So Akoma, whereas you are heading out, we had discussed that you were looking to repeat and expand upon your previous scene's experiences.
Yeah.
So would you like to make a Wit Streetwise roll, please? Difficulty 7.
What streetwise? Yes. Fucking 3 dice. Let's do it. What? I'll make this guy into a kingpin yet.
There you go. Yeah, gotta have a trajectory planned. All right, 2 successes. You're heading down through the central part of Kyoto. You're looking for not just on the street, but you're trying to find something that's got a little bit of security, or are you checking out dealers on the street corners?
Something that has a little bit more security.
Okay. All right, then. Yeah, you. It takes a little bit of while of wandering around, but from your experiences previously in locating the underground fighting ring, some similar telltale signs that you're noticing on people that are going in and out of buildings. First one you step into actually ends up being a illegal brothel. However, they are able, more than willing to give you directions to the sort of establishment that you were looking for, as you're looking for a more high-end opium den, you had said. So, yeah, at the doorway, if you want to make a charisma etiquette or charisma streetwise roll, whichever is more favorable for you, to talk your way through.
He has etiquette? What? Baller. Yeah. He is very nice. I think he says the right thing.
Okay, I didn't see the dice pop up, so that's weird. Oh, there we go. Yes,
you see the dice now?
I do now. Yeah, it definitely goes. Okay, so yeah, you get to head on in. You should probably make a resources roll to see how much you're going to be able to afford, as you've been throwing a lot of money around lately.
Of course. He's a thrashing dragon. What is the you speak of?
Yeah. That's 1 dice for you.
Hooray!
All right. You managed to scrape enough cash to be able to have a decent enough for your first visit at the opium den. So while you are getting a little bit of a buzz there, we'll turn to the short skirts, long swords, Wu. What are you ladies up to this evening?
Well, Fu has felt that she has been gracious enough on the populace of those she considers slavers. So it's time to bring down a divine reckoning mete out justice that would make even the Yama Kings tremble in their boots. And so she has brought her prodigy, well, on sometimes prodigy, sometimes something else, along with.
Kagome has one of those little bags that you can keep a boken in and not be stopped by the police for carrying around a weapon. Especially with the understanding in a lot of built-up countries with police forces that if you're carrying the thing in a case and it's a martial arts accoutrement, you're probably not going to go cause trouble with it. Or at least that's what Kagome's thinking in her head. The police might have other ideas. That being said, that's how she's choosing to carry it at the moment. She looks vaguely bummed out.
Okay. Do you want to make a wits and streetwise roll, please, Fu, as you are to select an adequate target? So I assume that you want to pick something that will get the attention of your chosen subject.
Well, that's not too bad. 3 successes.
All right. So between yourself and Juro asking the right questions and touching base with the right connections, you're able to locate a drug parlor that is owned through a few well-hidden steps by the Aka family.
Is it now? Sounds like our kind of day. Fu, with our dear Kagome in tow, and why not? We'll have Juro along as well. He's been reading up, and it's time to bring him out for a night on the town, as he can prove to be useful.
He has. That he has.
She'll make her way along the streets, looking for any dealers along the way, checking alleyways as she passes them with just a mere glance, nothing too lingering.
Okay. Do you follow any specific path, or just kind of meandering in the direction of this drug parlor?
I would say meandering in places where those that are up to no good in a broad sense might walk. Avoiding main streets, avoiding areas where tourists or those that probably know better than to go down such walkways to avoid trouble, or as to
Okay.
avoid seeing something that they don't necessarily want to see.
Okay. As you're progressing through that area, you will note a couple. You've got, you do see again. Actually, no, you weren't part of that. So you do see some young biker girls that are passing pills around from the gang that refers to themselves as Gucci wa Sutechi. And you also notice where you would expect members of the Black Rats, but it seems like they don't have anybody out on the streets currently.
What is the name of the gang that Juro and I are affiliated with again?
That is a moment here for me to just double check.
Somebody's bringing up their cheat sheet.
Yeah. Da, 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 da. Just get to the right spot here. Oh, that was a lot farther ago than I thought. Oh, There we go. Shiri no menu.
Okay. So these are not any of my people.
Nope.
Alright. That's good. Fu will... As they come up towards the biker gang,
Okay.
or the all-female biker gang, she'll look over her shoulder at Kagome. Friends of yours?
And am I gonna, given my prior adventures, am I going to need any sort of streetwise check to make sure that these aren't the people?
No, you'll know that, yeah, the biker girls handing out pills, that's your old gang.
Okay, so these are the people we're rolling up on.
Yeah, they're the ones that Fu notices and indicates to you as you guys are heading through the streets.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Like even through the mask, Fu knows Kagome well enough to know that she's locked on at this point and perhaps not thinking straight.
She'll turn to Kagome and look her dead in the eye. You follow my lead. Are there any questions or anything that you would be unclear about when I say that? I'm sorry, what did you say?
Yes, ma'am.
Good enough for Fu right now. Fu is literally going to just brazenly approach them with Kagome and Juro in tow.
Okay. I'm gonna make a quick roll here for these girls. And as the three of you approach, the two of the girls, it's a group of three, two of the girls look past you and they kind of seem to put their hands in their purses as they're looking at Kagome with the three of you walking up.
And Kagome opens the top of her carrying case but doesn't reach inside.
My, aren't we jumpy, little ladies?
What is it that you are looking for? And you'll notice they're not addressing you, they're addressing Kagome.
Where's Fumi?
Why would we tell you?
Girls. You really don't want to tonight. Where's Fumi? I should probably roll intimidation for that.
Okay.
So, your call, charisma or manipulation?
I think charisma, because you're being pretty direct.
Okay.
You're not really using veiled threats.
Okay, cool. Straight fail. She's not that convincing.
I'm sure you would understand why we would consider her more of a cause of concern than you.
So there's three of them just standing there completely ignoring Fu?
Yep.
Yeah, actually, they're the one is kind of following the other two's lead. She's keeping an eye on the three of you, but the other two are pretty much focused entirely on Kagome.
Yeah, App 2 Kagome is the belle of the ball tonight.
Yep. Fu doesn't like that. In fact, Fu doesn't like not being paid attention to. And Fu is not in the mood to play cat and mouse. These are someone that, well, didn't further her protege's learning. So, who seems to be the lead of them?
Can make a, I don't know, perception politics, perception streetwise,
I'll take
whichever.
Streetwise.
That's probably more, but
Oh boy. One success.
okay. They they seem to be all on the same pecking order. They're probably initiates, or they're just the bottom end of the feeding.
Well, this is gonna get fun real quick. She'll just sort of meander towards the closest one. She's not really paying attention. It's almost like she's more focusing on Fu as she just happens to place herself within arm's reach, very casually. And I can make a manipulation subterfuge or something to
Yeah.
that effect.
Yeah, that would be good, so that you're doing it in such a way that they're not going to put up their guard.
Quick question: would smooth apply here?
I don't think so. Not in this specific instance.
Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. 3 successes.
All right. You're just Kagome's drunken sidekick, so not really caring about what you're doing.
Well, then we'll see how drunken they feel Fu is. Fu will spend 2 yang to increase her strength. And I don't know if you've ever seen maybe Guardians of the Galaxy, but when there's that big hulking brute who's trying to lay claim to Star-Lord, Groot does something very interesting. Oh, I don't have Bloodshed Tai 2. I have Yang Prana at 2. I'm sorry. I'm going to buff by 1.
Okay.
You're absolutely right about that. She is going to essentially, with a very quick and precise martial arts maneuver, is going to jam her 2 fingers right up this woman's nostrils.
All right. Dex martial arts.
What would you like the difficulty to be, good sir?
What would be the standard difficulty before called shot for that?
A called shot would be difficulty 8.
Okay, well, I didn't know if the maneuver itself would be was that a different difficulty or not. So
No,
Then,
it's
yeah,
just a called shot.
yeah, then it would be
essentially.
difficulty 8, especially since she's got no chance of dodging or looking out of the other way.
All right. May I spend a willpower?
Yeah, because you're in a position where you actually can basically focus and channel what you're doing. So
All right. Then that's what she's going to do. Call shot for that, and doing it in such a way that if she does get fingers in there, she's breaking bone, going for lethal damage. Our kinda day. 2 successes.
okay, yeah, that is enough to definitely hurt. It's more than just an annoyance. You're shove the nostril up there, you're gonna cause blood to burst out when your finger comes out of that nose, because that's not enough to break bone, but definitely enough to cause a gusher.
And Fu is just going to look at this girl, who I'm sure at this point has lost all semblance of herself, at least momentarily. But she'll just glower at this young woman and narrow her eyes and bare her teeth. And what was the name of that woman, Bob?
Good old Fumi.
She's like, I don't think you heard correctly. We want to speak to Fumi. And she's going to just kind of start flexing her fingers to actually inflict as much pain as she can up this woman's nose.
Okay. At that point, you want to do a dex torture roll, difficulty 7.
Oh boy! I've been waiting to use this. Unfortunately, I fail at torturing her.
All right. But you're wiggling around, and their blood and snot are running down your fingers. She's gurgling. The other two girls are shocked and a little bit horrified. Both of them pull cell phones out of their purses, and they're like, "I can."
She's gonna look at the two of them, think very carefully about what you say, and I can make a manipulation intimidation check.
Yes, please.
I think this might be the first time that Kagome's seen our dear Fu quite this on point.
I mean, this angry, no. Kagome executes that on a daily basis, but this on point, most certainly.
If I get my social merits, it's 3, if not 2.
Yes, those would kick in for sure. The one is just like, I can get her on the phone.
Good. Her life depends on it.
She grabs the phone and she's like dialing up. Hi. Someone's here wanting to talk to her. They're pretty serious. No, not them. Somebody else. Did you want to talk to her or Kagome?
She'll look over at Kagome. Do you think you're up to the task, my dear little student, or do you think you should let me do it? And there's very, very clear purpose in what she's saying.
Well, boss, be honest, I'm probably just going to scream expletives into the phone until she either hangs up or gets hearing damage. You should probably take this one.
Oh, okay. And for effect, I'm going to try another dex torture.
Okay.
I get 1 success.
Okay. Her gurgling is getting a little high-pitched shrieks in amongst the, and she coughs and blood's kind of starting coming out of her mouth now too, because her head's tilted at one of those funny angles.
Mm-hmm.
And the girl's like holding her phone out to Fu.
Fu takes the phone. Whom am I addressing?
This is Fumi. Who am I addressing?
My name is Fu. Seems we have something in common.
Seems so.
Tell me, do you value these 3 down here on the street level?
Why is it that I am talking to you?
Because we have business to talk about.
This is one of those kind of calls, is it? Is this your move? Is to get into my turf and bully, beat my girls?
Who said anything about getting into your turf?
These girls wandered out of our area? Is that what you're claiming? In which case, then They'll should be more afraid of what I'll do when they get back than what you're gonna do right now.
I'll roll a intelligence streetwise to know if they're out of their territory or not, if that's all right.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, I'm not privy to this phone call. I can't do that. Snaps.
4 successes.
I didn't need to.
No, they are within their territory. You were kind of like you said you were meandering on your way to the drug den, so you were kind of dipping in and out of different territories.
I think you misunderstand me, Fumi. I'm not here to strip your land away from you. But we do need to talk. Something very, very special could happen here. Or I could send them back to you in any number of ways.
Well, if you're trying to use them as bargaining tools, perhaps you should ask Gome how much value I would be placing on the 3 of them.
Then I'll make it very, very clear to you, Fumi. If you're not down here in the next hour, I'm coming to find you. And believe me, if you thought the things that Kagome could do were impressive, wait until you stand toe-to-toe with me.
The only thing impressive Kagome has done is the fact that she managed to hold on to her wretched life after I walked away. I will not make the same mistake the second time. If you think that you can bully me, I look forward to meeting you. And she hangs up.
She looks at the phone, tosses it to Kagome. That was unfortunate. As she looks at the woman she's got by the nostrils.
Kagome pockets it and kind of the boken still cased is in her other hand, like firmly grasped, like he kind of midway through, and she starts poking at the other 2 girls. See how much Big Sister cares about you, huh? Maybe you should have listened to me a few years ago.
Well, maybe we can walk away with this less than empty-handed. And she looks at the other 2 as well, sort of twerking her fingers a bit in this woman's nose. I will make you a one-time offer. Do you think that your dear Fumi could stand up to me?
You know, whatever beef you have between you 2, like, that's you 2. Like, I don't know.
Gonna press my advantage on the woman's nose again.
Okay.
Ooh, 2 more successes.
She squeals. Let me just. Okay, I just thought I'd check to see if you were actually inflicting any more damage to her or not. She squeals, and the other girls are like, you know, if you're gonna kill us, just kill us. Like,
that would be extremely wasteful.
Well, then just let her go. Get your fingers out of her nose. You're like balls deep in there.
Is that really what you've got? Seriously? You 3 sell dope. You know whose territory that usually is? Did you not hear me all that time ago when I said, "Congratulations, girls, you're fucking around with Yakuzas"? If this had been an actual visit from a real family, you all would be worse than dead right now. And she walks over to put her arms around these 2 shoulders. We're being nice today. I'm being a proper big sister. I'm teaching you. See how much we're all learning? Look at her, she's learning. Like, meanwhile, this poor girl just, oh.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even with them being terrified, and the fact that while not Yakuza, you are connected with a family, so
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to come across as a lie. It's going to come across really serious. So, and they're going to take it that way. They're like, look, just it's just money and parties. Like, just leave us out of this. Like, with her, you guys, we don't care. Like, just as long as whoever supplies, we don't care. We'll sell. We just want the money. We just want the party.
See, that's where you're going to stop. You're going to stop pushing poison. It's a petty endeavor.
And we all know how I feel about drugs, don't we, ladies?
You want money, you want power, you want prestige. Do you want to live for the rest of your life in a position where material goods and temporal pleasures are as meaningless to obtain as taking a breath of air?
They look totally confused.
Boss, you might want to tone it down a bit. I'm pretty sure this one, and she nods her head left, didn't even make it through primaries, and this one dropped out after a year. She nods over to the other one.
Oh. Then they're in the rough. Let me bring it down. Do you want to make real money? In a productive manner?
It's yeah. This is easy money. No one's getting hurt. This is just fun drugs. We don't sell hard stuff.
Let me tell you something about poison. Somebody always gets hurt. And I'm rolling intimidation.
Yeah, you know what? I'll roll some intimidation too, just for the crazy eyes.
Wow. 3.
Rolling my pool, rolling my pool. At least I get one success this time. This is the best woo. The best.
They would implode if they could shrink any further. They're just like
I'll give you an option on the table. 2 options. 1 is I show you the depths of my depravity, and believe me, it won't be quick. It will last over a series of months of what I'll do to you. Or you become my new little sisters, and I will take very good care of you. Look how far your dear Kagome's come in such a short time. And if you'd like, I can roll a different type of social dice for that.
I don't know what other type you would want. You've been intimidating them quite a bit. I don't know if there's too much more. I don't know if you can all of a sudden switch gears. Well, you know what? You can try if you want to do a manipulation, subterfuge, and let's see if you can suddenly play good cop, bad cop on the turn of a dime.
Well, you know, we're great at that because we're fucking bipolar. 3 successes. if social merits apply.
Okay. Yeah, they would. So you, for you and Kagome, it seems like you just instantly switched your mind. They're still very much influenced by your intimidation previously, and the fact that you still got fingers down to the bottom knuckle up somebody's nose. So, they're like, I just leave us be. Leave us be, please.
No. Come back with us. Come back with us. Become parts of my little family.
And I promise we won't feed you to Kira.
Yeah. We promise we won't feed you to Akira. But more importantly, I'll teach you things. I'll raise you as my own.
They'll find us too.
Juro, why don't you explain to them your situation before you came into my... Before you were adopted.
I was also in with the wrong crowd. I roughed people up when I was asked to, and my family and I are being looked after pretty good.
What do you say, girls? I could offer you security, stability, purpose, enlightenment.
Okay, so one of the girls that Kagome had her arm around bolts. The one that is on his other arm is slowly nodding her head, and the one that's choking on her own snot and blood is just kind of starting to piss her pants.
That's rather unsightly. Fu will look at the one that takes off, considers going after her, but fear should live on in the minds of sinners. And so she'll very methodically remove her fingers from this woman's nose.
She crumples down and is like coughing and spitting blood and mucus onto the ground at your feet.
All right. Fu, while her bloodied hand is sitting there, she'll take her free hand and dip it into her pocket and run her finger across the blade. And she'll infuse the blood that comes out with a bit of yang, and she'll drop it into this girl's mouth. Sort of, if you want, I can roll like a dex subterfuge or dex stealth, whichever you prefer to do it. So that the other two will, or the one that remained will not notice, but this girl will definitely notice.
Okay. Do the subterfuge.
Okay. 4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, so the others aren't going to see what you're doing, and so you're healing 1 point of her lethal, so that'll be enough to stop the nosebleed.
And I'm just going to get as close as I can. I'm going to crouch down over her and start stroking her hair directly. You belong to me now. You belong to a devil. And the devil always repays service with kindness.
Okay. Make a perception empathy roll.
One success.
One success. Okay. She kind of twitches a little bit when you say that, but not in the way that you would expect her to. It's almost like there's some familiarity.
She'll raise a brow and look at this little hapless creature. Am I to assume that you are not entirely uneducated?
Will you feed on us too?
Does Fuming feed on you?
No, not her. Her friend.
Who's her friend?
I don't know his name.
What does he look like?
Short. Kind of weaselly.
I've just elevated your station in life. You now serve. You're no longer food. If you swear undying loyalty.
Do you remember when you last put them, Daddy Pig?
When I don't wear them, I always put them in my pocket.
My life's in your hands.
Don't they know?
She looks at the hand that you had cut to feed her with. She's like, literally, my life is in your hands.
Then be a good new adopted daughter. And she'll place the finger just a few inches from her lips. Making it very clear, it's like if you mean it, you're going to suckle at the teat of salvation.
She'll kind of look at the others near you guys.
I mean,
People in the streets have definitely dispersed from where you guys are. And she just kind of leans to your finger and starts lapping at your finger.
I'll infuse another point of yang into it.
Ooh. Undoing all the damage you did.
Mm-hmm. Fu is a woman of her word.
How much yang does that leave you?
I've spent a total of 3, so currently I would be at 1 yang.
Okay, I will need you to roll your yang then, as you are at risk of a hunger.
2, possibly 3 successes.
Okay. Alright, so you can feel your Poe is starting to push against his cage.
I'll
If you're not going to feed from her, you can feed from the other.
I'll use the Jade Talisman. The 2 points of yang that are in it.
Okay.
To calm the Poe down just a bit. God, I'm so glad I took that.
Daddy Pig, you were sitting on them all the time.
And then she'll stand up and offer a hand to this girl. What's your name, child?
I don't know how they got there.
I wonder how.
Should have expected this by then. Give me 2 seconds.
It's silly, Daddy Pig, but at least you're not grumpy anymore.
I was not grumpy.
Hoshi.
Hoshi. Ichimonji Hoshi. Come up to your feet and embrace your new sister.
She'll stand up and give you a hug.
And I'm just going to look at the other one and give her a very sultry eyes almost smolder at her,
What's this?
almost as if, see how easy it is?
That's all.
And if you need me to roll, I will. If not,
Planting these seeds. Seeds.
So you're indicating for
Just make a little
her to do the same?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, she'll come over and hug you as well.
And then Fu just smiles and pats them both on the shoulders. See, Kagome, one big happy family.
Looks to be that way, boss. Like, Kagome, for all the time she's been bizarrely mousy around Fu, now that they're in specifically her element, a lot less than the norm.
Juro, do me a favor and take these two home. Get them cleaned up. Get them someplace where they can be warm and comfortable and make them feel like they're part of the family.
And for the love of all that's holy, please do not leave them alone with Kira.
I'll get them looked after.
And she'll wrap her arms around each of their neck and give each one of them a solemn kiss to the forehead before making their way to the opium den.
Okay. So Juro takes the ladies out, and what is your intent of approach to the opium den?
I think one of the first things she's going to do is stop somewhere, like at a spigot, and wash her hand off. Might be a good idea. And once she's done that, she is going to try and pull a fox and just walk up to the doorman, give him a enchanting smile, and say, "We're going in to unwind."
He'll look at the two of you girls, and he's like, all right. Steps aside, opens the door. You guys look like hoodlums, so he's not going to question that.
And we'll walk in. So that way we can get Anthony in on this.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys step in, and it's a nice little lounge area. There's a few love seats and easy chairs scattered about. There is a fireplace at the one side. It isn't the wall-to-wall pillows like a lot of the Western assumptions are. It actually looks like this place is used to be an office of some kind and just got a quick little renovation. In the back, you can see a doorway leading out, and you can see through the door at the back that there's a massage parlor across the street, across the back alley. So they no doubt have some sort of link with that as well, as you can see some people going through the doorways there as well. So, Akoma, getting yourself blazed in the opium den. Is there anything that you're trying to do other than just lay back and bask in a high? Or?
Well, for a person that's never ever been high before, this is his second time being high ever in his life. So I think I should probably be rolling stamina to see how he's taking the high, and to see if it's like totally blowing his mind.
All right.
George, don't drink your juice too quickly. George drank his juice too quickly, and now he has hiccups.
It's rocking his mind. It's not a botch. It's just really damn good. Think he found his drug of choice.
All right. What would occur to you is that if you really wanted to get an extra kick on this, is if you activated your life sense, you'd be also able to ride the emotions of those around you too.
He'll do just that because he's like a kid in a candy store.
All right. So yeah, that'll just cost a point of yang, and the emotional state that you are going to be in is going to be very freaking fantastic. Because you're high, you're tripping, everybody else is all calm and they're tripping too. It's you are probably about as relaxed as possibly could be. And I will let you roll Perception and Occult, difficulty 7.
Okay. Perception and occult. Okay.
I know a better way to cure hiccups. First, jump up and down 3 times on one leg.
Depending on the difficulty, it's 3 successes. 3 or 1. 3 or 2,
That's
actually.
right, difficulty 7. So
It's 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. So in your expanded state, there's a bit of an odd emotional ripple in your sensations as 2 women enter the room that are
Mhm.
of a much different emotional state,
Hold on.
and
Be
you
right
can.
back.
Okay.
Let's begin in a shop. George, I'm very... Is there a
Sorry.
Okay, no worries. 2 women enter the room of a much different emotional state, and their life energy is very different than that of what a human should be.
Chuckle. And he's going to roll in a fit of laughter as he's kind of enjoying the high that's going on right now. But kind of when you see, like, when you're high and you're like watching like cartoons, and it's just totally blowing your mind. That's exactly what's happening. He is like rolling in a fit of laughter as he just watches them into the room like, ooh, and somebody falls down the rabbit hole. One doesn't look quite like the other. And I'll leave you with the oddness. I'll be right back.
Okay. So yes, you ladies step in, and there's some people that are in varying degrees of intoxication from the drugs. One guy stands out as he's not dressed like a businessman, because there seems to be some sort of unmentioned dress code, because everybody does seem to be. There's nobody in like ripped jeans or anything like that. But this guy looks like he just left the monastery. He's still wearing like monk's cloth, and he looks right at you girls and starts giggling at you as you walk in the room.
And Kagome looks at Fu and is like, monks don't do that, right? Looks back at the guy. Monks definitely don't do that.
Only
never
the
met-
interesting ones.
I mean, I guess I was never really religious.
Really, I hadn't noticed.
This is out of character laughter.
If this monk is keyed in on them both, they're gonna go sit by the monk.
Okay. A young woman maybe 18, but age is a little bit difficult to estimate. But she walks up. She's not dressed skanky or scantily clad or anything. She is dressed professional in a nice dress, like the rest of the people would be. She's like, "Good evening, ladies. What would be your pleasure this evening?"
Tea for both of us.
Um, I okay, yes.
Whatever
I
you got in the bag,
I
man,
tea.
it's all right.
We have some tea. It might take a little bit. I don't think there's anything brewed right now. But and then she looks at the monk and are these guests of yours?
She's looking at me.
Yeah, because the girls when you keyed in on them start giggling, they noticed that you were dressed in such a way that you stood out, so they
Fair enough.
sat down and beside you, and then a lady came up and asked if they what their pleasure would be, and they ordered tea. And after being confused for a moment, she said that she would get some tea, and then asked you if they were guests of yours.
Yes. Tea! As he starts laughing, like...
Very well, and she bows and heads out of the room to go brew you guys some tea.
Hello. What can I do you for?
I'm interested. Are you actually a member of an order, or are you simply just dressed as a monk because it's funny?
Well, a lot of things are funny. But... such a long time ago. I don't live in the past, you know? I don't prescribe to those beliefs.
And what do you prescribe to?
Fun. Duh.
I see. And I'll spend a point of Yang for life sight.
Okay. You can make your perception occult roll as well.
Yay. Ooh. 3 successes.
He is definitely a very vibrant Yang person of spiritual nature. You've been around and experienced enough, and with those many successes, I'd say that you're pretty sure that he is Gaki as well.
She'll lean forward and staple her fingers up in front of her lips with a smirk behind them. So, I have not seen you around before. I assume that you've made your presence known to our honored ancestor.
He looks at you. Gives you a smirk. Honored ancestor? Obviously, you must be talking about, the law, as he kind of rolls his eyes.
Both brows just arch up. I've never heard anyone refer to Kisarage Dono as the law.
Kind of fitting, though.
Just literally sidelong glancing, doesn't even bother to move her head, but just shoots a look in Kagome's general direction.
As it was stated earlier, Kagome has a talent for making Fu exactly as angry as she was not that long ago.
What about...
So then, if I were to classify you as some spiritual animal, I can certainly think that a crane would do you ill justice, or
He just starts laughing again. Great.
Or shadowy flower, for that matter. A centipede,
So,
mayhaps. I doubt you're a tiger, so...
tell me, what do your little elf eyes see?
Are we a dragon?
Ding, 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 ding.
Well then, aren't we living it up to the fullest then? Something of a misnomer to say, I know, but there you have it.
So, I didn't catch that last question, if there was a question.
Oh, basically, Fu just said, aren't we living life to the fullest?
I try to make every day as memorable, if not more exciting than the last. Did you know that I lost my virginity last night? It was amazing. Tell you, monks are probably the most uptight people you have ever met, but golly gee, I lived yesterday.
Here's your tea, ladies, and she has a little
Tea!
tray with 3 cups and a pot of tea.
Going to look at the tea, going to bring it up to my nose. I'm going to try and smell it to see if I can't, just to make sure it's just tea, because Fu has a very, very strong inkling otherwise if it's anything but. And I don't think I have a...
You gonna heighten senses, or
Well, I'd have to spend more chi
Nope.
for that.
that's just a hun roll.
Oh, then sure. I'll roll all 2 of my hun dice. Hey, what do you know? Got a success.
Excellent. And then you can make a perception alertness roll.
Sweet. Nope. There's too much damn opium in here.
Tea seems fine.
Fu will just set her glass down. She is not about to take a drink out of something that may contain something. So she just waits for Kagome to drink hers.
Oh yeah, Kagome's totally just gonna do it. That's the best part. At least now she seems a little more at peace with the constant mask, so she bothers to pull it out a little bit. I mean, the bands on the ends of these things aren't crazy, but they're a little bit elastic considering they're one size fits all. It's doable. She doesn't have to completely unflap here. So she pulls the mask up and out a little bit and drinks the tea, but instead of just swilling it down, she does sip it. Like, this could be the Japanese equivalent of Lipton's, and she would at least do the establishment the respect of sipping the tea like a proper citizen.
Yeah, it is weak tea. It's not very strong, but you don't immediately sense anything has been added to it other than just boiling tea leaves.
What does my little canary say?
I mean, like, it's not the top shelf stuff, but it's not terrible.
She'll take a sip.
Okay, yeah, it's weak tea. It's nothing really spectacular. They definitely aren't in the habit of brewing tea regularly. and are probably pretty cheap when they do.
Rio's gonna look at them and kind of chuckle. Well, somebody's a little antsy today, as he just kind of just drinks the tea. Tea is tea.
You never can be too sure. Young women like us are very prone and susceptible to the wiles of uncultured individuals. Wouldn't want anything uncouth to happen to me or my friend here.
Oh, nonsense. I'll be here to protect you. Don't you worry about it.
Yeah.
Dang.
I mean, for your
Audible company.
yeah, just to really set it up for you here, Anthony. Fu there, like she is dressed like the hoodlum amongst hoodlums, and probably almost permanently has that expression. Kagome is wearing a dust mask, despite the fact that she is most obviously not ill in any way, shape, or form. Is wearing that outfit and is covered in gang tats and carrying this oblong container that I don't know if you have to roll for it, but you could probably pretty easily identify it as a container for martial arts equipment.
Oh, he would definitely recognize that.
Oh yeah.
He's going to chuckle at you like, "Aw, everybody looks kung fu fighting, don't we?" But anyway, I kid. So, like I said before, nothing would happen to you.
So do we have a name, young Gaki, or
Ryousuke
Ryousuke?
kind of gives you a bow in his like kind of high state. He's still trying to show you respect, but it's kind of he's a little too high to give a shit about how it looks.
Ryousuke. Ryousuke. She almost repeats the word over and over and over again, almost as if it is somehow unpalatable. She's trying to maybe acquire a taste for it. So then, little dragon, who are you affiliated with in this fair city of ours?
A lot of people. This seems to be the damn question of the evening. Somebody asked me this yesterday, and somebody's asking me again today. I'd have to tell you. No one, actually.
So a little dragon wandered away from its egg clutch, and now is sitting here all by itself.
Yes, I do wander away. Too bad nothing in the night is gonna go, bump. That'd be a shame.
Akira isn't here.
Like maybe it wasn't obvious during their last meeting, but Kagome is very clearly at least a little creeped out by Akira, even if she does affectionately chop up the poor woman's name on a regular basis.
So unaffiliated, currently resting here in a house of inequity, sitting right in the middle of what is about to become ground zero.
Is something fun gonna happen this evening?
Oh, potentially.
Um, so tell me, a name?
You may call me Fu, as it's
So,
an easy and friendly name.
so tell me, Fu. Are you going to be naughty this evening?
If I can find the proprietor of this establishment, I might. There's no
Oh
sense in
dear.
no
He
sense
gets
in
extraordinarily happy.
no sense
So,
in
are you going to have a conversation, or are you going to have a, as he kind of punches his hands, kind of does it, and is like you can actually hear like the shock of the impact that he just gave himself as he's just laughing because sensations.
Hmm.
Are you going to have a conversation?
I hadn't decided on the tone of which the conversation is going to be had. That depends entirely on them.
Oh,
But the night is still young, so we'll see where it goes. I don't suppose you know anything about this place where I might actually find said proprietor.
kind of shrugs and is like, I don't know. I just kind of moseyed on in here, gave the nice lady my money, and had a seat. Love
Hmm.
seat is comfortable as he kind of rubs his butt on the cushion. He's just like, ooh, cushioning.
Well then, I say we make things a little more interesting tonight. And Fu will stand up and I know she's not going to stand up. She'll just call the young woman back over.
Yes. Is there something else that I can get your pleasure this evening?
I was wondering if you would do me the favor and the kindness of perhaps telling me who the proprietor of this establishment is?
She gives you a bit of a suspicious look, and she's like, um, I'm sorry, but proprietor tends to keep such matters to himself. However,
I,
if you do have
I
any
gonna
special
grab,
requests,
gonna just very gently grab her wrist and look her dead in the eye. I have tribute to offer him, and I'll roll my manipulation subterfuge.
okay,
1, 2, 3, 4.
is he expecting you?
No, this is a surprise, a tribute offered by somebody new, and I am simply the go-between.
They are a bit old and dusty. Shoo.
Um, oh, okay. If if the three of you want to come with me, I can bring you to a private room and let him know that you are here to provide tribute.
You are very good at your job, I can see.
Thank you.
And she'll let go of the wrist and wait to be shown where to go.
Yeah, she'll take presumably all three of you to a set of stairs and up to the second floor of the building. And most of the doors in this hallway are closed. There's a smell of incense hanging heavy in the air, and you can hear through the doors. Each room kind of seems to be providing a different music playing for the individuals that are inside, and she leads you to a room at the far back. And if the three of you would like to go in here, please. And she slides the door shut behind her after you guys go in. She does also indicate where there's a spot where you can select what music you're listening to and how loud you want to have it. The room itself is very simple. There's some rice mats as well as some pillows, rather large pillows, and a spot for incense, which is burning in this room, as well as a little table in the middle of the room, and otherwise it's just the one sliding door and no windows leading to outside.
Fu just takes a seat, opting to sit on her knees rather than her rear end.
Kigome sits down. Whoops.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
Ryousuke is going to get up, change the song that's playing on like whatever machine or apparatus is playing. He's going to start dancing to the music. Not anything dancing along with the music.
And Kigome sits down. She does not look nearly as proper as Fu does. I mean, she is on her rear end. Her legs are crossed over. She has terrible posture. This is probably going to be another Fu rage point. Like,
Fu will simply ask for the wrapped martial arts item.
and she just hands it over.
And just gonna smack Kagome upside the head with it.
Ow.
Sit proper. You have a reputation amongst our Dharma to behold. Or to uphold. Sorry.
Well, maybe both in a way. But Kigome does what Fu tells her to because Fu told her to. That you do get a sense vaguely that there's kind of a yes, mom, like kind of deal with it, but she's at the very least obedient when Fu demands obedience.
You see Rio look at this display and he's chuckling to himself and he's going like, do you always listen to the things that you're told or just now?
I made the mistake a while back of not listening. It didn't go well.
Oh boy.
There are certain niceties that can be observed and etiquette that can be played to, Ryousuke, that can lead to greater epitome of pleasure if you're only willing to slow down enough to see them and the nuances which they come under.
I spent my whole life going at that pace. I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. Like,
Then feel free to waddle around in the waiting pool.
aw. That's adorable. As he continues dancing. As if almost to say, that's cute for you.
After some time, the door slides open. There's a young guy, early 20s, and two guys, possibly around 30-ish, at the doorway. The younger guy, he's wearing a nice, modern, slick-looking suit. Guy definitely has money. The two guys with him are dressed nice, a little bit older style suits, and a bit beefier. Their reason for their presence is pretty obvious. The three of them step in, and the door slides closed. Konnichiwa. I understand the three of you have tribute that you are wishing to provide.
Yes, I've been sent here to ascertain who our organization must pay tribute to operate in and around this territory. And since you are purveyor of many things, it seems only fitting that I report to you first.
Well, excellent. What are you looking to get into in the area? We have quite a bit that we're involved in already, and we don't necessarily like having individuals working off the streets in our districts. We like to keep things professional.
I understand. Wow, 5 successes on manipulation subterfuge. Human trafficking.
He seems taken aback a little bit. He's like, so in what sense? Are you like going to be running a bordello, or are you looking to just house people? Stop
Bordello.
over?
A bordello is such small pittance compared to what the organization wishes to offer. Unfortunately, displaced after tragedies several years ago, they've been looking to re-establish a foothold. But as we all understood back from 4 years ago, this land is still very untamed. And she's clearly speaking of the tsunami.
Well, very well. Formal introductions. He offers you his business card. I am Akashin. I am proprietor of this building as well as a few others in the immediate area.
She'll cant her head to one side. Aka. I've heard this name before.
And yourself?
Yukishiro. Yukishiro Fubuki.
Well, I'm not as familiar with your family, unfortunately. And what organization do you represent?
Because I have not brushed up recently on the Oniwabans that are actually in circulation within Japan, I am just going to go with this name of some mid-tier Oniwaban.
Okay. Well.
One specifically in and around a area that was hit hard by the tsunami.
Very well. I'm sure that there is something that your family and my family will be able to work out to the great benefit of both families. What specific tribute have you brought today?
The head of my household has a tradition steeped many, many, many ages back. sending the best and brightest of his adopted daughters out to make themselves useful to potential allies.
He looks over at Kagome and looks back at you and seems a little puzzled, like he's waiting for you to continue the conversation.
My associates here are part of my retinue. I was sent to work directly under you.
Rio gives you kind of a smirk. At least buy me dinner first.
Well, that's interesting, but I'm not sure that I necessarily have a position that I could place you in your retinue. I mean, we can negotiate a percentage of the cut of what your business dealings in our area are being done, but unfortunately, I don't really have immediate use for you. This is very unusual.
Perhaps a demonstration then.
Sure, I guess.
Tell me how.
Starts getting a bit of a lewd smirk on his face.
She'll look at him suggestively, but then look up at the men. Tell me, is he well trained?
That's his job.
I'm better.
I think it would be insulting for
I think she's
somebody
trying
of
to
your
say he sucks.
family. I think it'd be insulting, though, for some family to be relegated to mere protective duties.
I think you seem to misunderstand what my services entail. I can be places you can't. I can do things that they can't. I also have information that you don't.
And you've come with this information. If it is sufficiently good information, then I believe that would be acceptable tribute.
Then perhaps you and I can discuss such things in private, and I can show you some of my many talents. That one she'll definitely throw up the suggestive smirk. And I will roll my appearance
And subterfuge.
This would only be a 2-point reduction because I don't think enchanting voice would apply here.
No, not for the specific.
3 successes.
Yeah, I'm a little bit busy, but later this evening?
Certainly.
If you come back without your retinue, then I'll be sure to leave my retinue as well.
I don't think that my... And I forget the honorific that one would use for the head of the Oyabon. I know it's something along the lines of father. I just cannot remember what it is off the top of my head.
Okay.
But she's just simply going to say, They do not have to be with me, but he would prefer that they're nearby.
Are you sure you don't want to take your shoe
He has substantial investment in training, resources, and time that I represent. I'm sure that you can understand, as you seem that you are also quite capable and probably would do your organization a great bit of harm if you were to come to any unfortunate happenings.
Yeah. No, I can get that for sure. If you wish to wait here, then, or if you have other business, you can come back. I do have some matters I need to look after first.
That's only fair. And she'll wait.
Okay,
Only
so
wait in a private room.
they'll leave and slide the door behind them as they head down the hallway.
Well, my little ones, one of three things is going to happen. Either A, he's going to say what he means and do what he says. B, he's going to come back here, or his thugs will come back here armed, looking to make an example out of us. Or C, much more likely, this building is going to burn to the ground after we're done with it.
Oh dear.
I do hope you've been keeping sharp with that stick of yours, Kagome.
Say I'm pretty good, boss.
Let us hope. And if that waitress is sent up again, Fu's going to make use of her.
Okay. Yeah, probably after about 20 minutes, she will come and see if there's anything else that you guys would like for your pleasure.
I don't know. Is there anything I could get you for your pleasure? And rolling for it.
Flag.
Ooh, only one success. Eh.
I don't think she's down with the fish.
Congrats.
Unfortunately, we have a policy against getting involved with any customers, but I could get you more tea or another hookah, she says, looking over at Tacoma.
Another hookah would be fine. I think my compatriots would also like some tea. Swiggity swag.
Fu looks at the woman, licks her lips, and
Now that's just vulgar.
yeah.
He looks at
I
Fu.
will roll my Poe to manifest fangs while keeping my mouth shut.
Okay.
Well then, I guess I'm not getting my tea tonight. Sorry.
One success.
Okay, so yeah, you can spend the demon chi to get your fangs.
Demon cheeing it up, and we'll simply sort of again try and smolder at her. I can do it at a higher difficulty if you want.
This time roll it normal, but don't have your merit modifiers.
Okay. I'll spend a point of willpower on this one. 2 successes.
She's looking uncomfortable and kind of looks over her shoulder a little bit, but slowly slides the door to the room closed behind her while she's in the room with you. Looks over at the other two, again a little bit nervous.
Kagome is just pointedly looking away from this. This wall is so interesting. What
Look at
fine
Kagome, like
yet
Kagome. So, tell me about
Nobody
the
doesn't like
tattoos.
senpai. Doesn't like senpai feeding on other girls.
yeah, doesn't like it at all. So what fine yet rustic architecture.
Fu will feed on the young woman.
Okay. Yeah, you did get enough. So like she's really like reluctant, and as you move in to kind of nuzzle on her neck, she's just very stiffly moving, and like she's conflicted between she normally doesn't do this, and she's really not into you, but she does know she's supposed to treat the people upstairs like special guests, and but yeah, you sink in. And how much do you drink from her?
How much? I forget how much you can take from somebody to make it without doing them any permanent harm or completely incapacitating them.
So since you're still a blood drinker, it would be comparable to the Kinjin. So 3, possibly 4, if you're pushing your luck, for drinking.
We'll take 3 and tentatively go for that 4th, but if it looks like that she's faltering, Fu will not take that 4th dot.
Okay. And then make a manipulation empathy roll, difficulty 7, to make sure that you're able to get the specific mix of yin and yang that you're seeking.
5 successes.
Okay. So yeah, so you can, if you're gonna dope up on yang, go right ahead.
Definitely doping up on Yang. I figure that's what she's probably got an abundance of anyway.
Most of the time it'd be evenly balanced, but because she was a little bit uneasy, it was her yin was kind of broiling a little bit closer to the top, but you're able to manipulate. So despite the sensation of violation that she gets, however you're stroking her hair and whatnot, you're putting her at ease enough that you're able to keep her emotions in a more yang mindset. You can take the 4th point. She is definitely going to be weakened at that point. And she does actually look noticeably paler, like, somebody just before they pass out, but she's not at that point yet.
I'll give her a point of yang infused blood back to make sure that her neck Kuei-jin cannot heal the wounds they make, can they? Normally.
You know what? It doesn't specify. I've decided that because it says your fangs function just like Kinjin's, you should be able to lick the bite mark at least.
Okay, then I'll lick the bite mark, and after I come away, just for effect, since Kagome's there, just to make commodities seem scarce, I'm going to bring her into a lip lock before letting her go.
Yeah, if you're going to be rapey, go all the way, right?
Well, geez, when you put it like that...
So much rape.
You're a devil tiger, I guess, to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Maybe
she'll...
I suppose I am sort of tormenting Kagome in a way.
Yeah, you're tormenting Kagome a little bit. You're definitely making this girl uneasy, and
you're breaking
sense
Kagome's little thug heart.
The sense of violation from being fed upon, and especially being coerced into soft sexual congress with another woman, yeah, it's you're inflicting some misery on both parties here.
That's a good thing.
She'll stumble. She goes to move quickly and then kind of slows her pace a little bit. But she's still trying to keep herself fairly poised and slides the door open and closes it behind her and walks down the hallway.
And Fu will go back to sitting just how she was before.
At least the mask hides the pout.
So about 15 minutes later, she comes back with your tray of tea and the supplies for the hookah. Akoma, if you'd like to make another resources roll, this one will be difficulty 7.
Fair enough. Nope, don't got the money.
Okay. So yeah, so you're kind of fumbling around and yeah, you can't afford another hit tonight.
He gets noticeably frustrated.
Oh dear. We haven't got nearly enough cash.
How frustrated?
He's looking kind of like he doesn't want the high to go away, and he's starting to sweat a little bit, and he's kind of folding his hands, looking a little frustrated, and can I get a
Decorations in the sitting room.
charisma expression?
Sure.
Oh, there you all are. I was getting a little bored.
Have a nice walking.
I totally made a junkie. Hilarious.
It's a thrashing dragon. You're not trying hard if you don't do it that way.
You go blind if you don't.
Oh, fuck it, it's my high. I'll spend a point of willpower. Feel dirty saying that. So, I mean, nobody's really gonna notice if a little bit goes missing.
So you're trying to talk her into letting you squeeze
Yeah.
your eye? Okay.
Essentially. Your boss did come, and we are in business negotiations. Just put it on his tab, it'll be fine.
I'll we can start a tab, and you can settle with him when he comes back.
A tab on him or a tab on, hey, since this is my lovely compatriot, she's making all the deals, put it on her tab. Since we are friends, as he looks at her.
You're assuming quite a bit.
You're the one that used the word so loosely, my dear. I'm just merely keeping up.
She doesn't waste time to dicker about it. She's just like, yeah, he'll settle with you, and then sets the tray down and walks in such a way that she doesn't go near any closer to food than she has to, and then heads to the hallway, slides the door closed.
Playing a devil tiger, y'all. She will just look up at Ryousuke. My, a dragon that can't support his habit. I wonder what your Mandarin would say.
I wonder, do you often consume that everyone you meet is your friend, or you just do that to keep up appearances?
I do as the situation dictates.
Whatever makes you sleep at night, darling.
Oh, I plan to sleep
But
very
let's not
comfortably.
call. I wouldn't exactly take a moral high ground.
And in this moment, Gome actually contemplates what would be Ryosuke's Mandarin. that genial animal sprouting individual who owes her a favor, actually. Just thinks on that for a minute.
Fu, make a perception alertness roll since you have your senses heightened.
3 successes.
Okay. Individuals are attempting to walk very quietly down the hallway.
Oh dear. It seems business negotiations didn't go well, children.
Do we have
She
friends coming?
says, we do, and she will spend a point of Yang, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to use. Give me just a moment. Phenomena. Boop, boop, boop. Phenomena. Boop, 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 boop. Cursing my browser. There we go. The other, yeah. Why don't you guys react while I look up my chi arts and then Shintai's.
Oh,
Do, do,
Yome
do, do, do.
finally takes the boken out of the container. Thankfully, she has those beautiful riding gloves, so at least fingerprints aren't going to be a thing. Takes it out, gets up, stretches, like, oh yeah, we're on the violence train again. She looks pretty humdrum about it. I'm sure that her Poe is throwing like a party complete with laser lights and other accoutrements at this point, but she doesn't look too boss about the fact that she's probably gonna have to beat people to death tonight.
Ryousuke gets up from his perch, a little irritated that they've interrupted his high, and he just got into a moral conversation with someone he barely even knows. And he gets up and stretches, takes off his jacket, kind of throws it on the chair, cracks his knuckles. Well, and kind of lazily looks at the door.
Fu is going to spend 2 points of Yang on Yang Mantle. Or not Yang Mantle, but Principle of Motion. 1 for initiative and 1 for an additional action.
Okay.
Let's see here. How many Yang points am I gonna need to boost up my dex?
Which Shintai do you have?
Blood.
Then you can spend 1 point to boost your strength, I think, is
Strength?
Blood Shintai. Yeah.
I will totally take advantage of that, considering that I have yet to expend Yang tonight. Time of.
Ryousuke is going to activate his blood Shintai and raise his strength by 1. Noticing the obvious muscles that he's sporting begin to bulge out.
So, yeah, like, Fu is doing something that is subtle, meanwhile, the Hulk and She-Hulk.
Fu is crouching in a pounce position, and she is waiting until she hears them get up towards that door.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys are getting yourselves all pumped and beefed, and with your hearing and that roll, you can tell that the individuals are in front of the doorway.
Well then, may prize round to jump that door.
Okay. I will ask you to roll initiative first, because they actually are attempting a surprise round as well. So you guys are, the other two are surprised. You and they are going to be.
All right. Ooh, that would be 4 plus 2 is 6. Plus that would be 9. I have an initiative of 17.
Sweet.
Is this like
Then
the one day where everyone expected the Spanish Inquisition?
you get to take your leap before they get to act.
Coming through with killing blows in mind. So yeah, bursting through it, and I'm hitting the closest one to me.
Okay, so you've got your one tackle attack, and then you're gonna get your extra action afterward after their response, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
So +1 to difficulty because they have cover, but it's not very solid cover.
Daddy, make the magic windows go down.
To do 1, 2 successes.
Okay. All right, and then you get 1 extra dice of damage.
Nice. So that will be my strength straight out plus 1, or plus 2.
I know you borrowed it for today.
And what is Fu's general strength is 2, so she's got it up at 3. 6 lethal coming out there. She gets 2 lethal on one of them.
Okay, and all right, and slam into him, and then just let me double check. 2 lethal, and he is.
Unless he's got a stamina of 1, I don't think I stun him.
No, he's not going to be stunned. I just got to double check how you pouncing on him is going to change what he was about to do. Okay. Not as impressive as it looks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, your other action was not to dodge, it was to attack again, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So 3, and then...
There's a level of bravado that one gets when you have Iron Mountain. A certain indestructibility that they feel. Whether that's warranted or not has yet to be seen.
Alright, and... so he was going to strafe the room. However, you jumped on him, so his clip mostly goes into you. You've got only 1 health level that you got to try to soak against. Are you utilizing Iron Mountain, or just
Yeah.
are you going to
absolutely.
activate it for the scene? Okay. Then you want to roll your Hun. You run roll Hun. I'll roll Po.
Oh, this isn't gonna be good. I got a success.
Okay. All right. You managed to keep control, and you can roll your soak difficulty 5 against 1 level of bashing.
It bothers me not. I laugh at his paltry attempt.
Yeah, as you take a dozen bullets from a clip, and your Poe howls in the pleasure of pain. You get your second action.
Fu will just say to her to her Poe inside her own mind. That was just cute now, wasn't it? And here we go. Is he knocked prone at the moment?
It's a good question. Let's see if he got knocked to the ground or not. He managed to keep his footing, but he kind of took a half step back.
All right, here comes 1, 2, 3 successes.
And lethal as well.
Yep. So that'll be.
He is going to be prone at this point.
Oh. Do you want me to roll damage?
Oh, yes. Please.
Sorry about.
I was thinking in my head that was 3 damage.
I wish.
Yeah, that could be even worse. This could be even worse for him.
One, 2, 3, 4 damage with killing blows.
Alright. And yeah, he is definitely prone, drops his weapon, and is lucky if he's going to survive the night, even if you don't do anything else to him.
So yes, as Fu comes through the rice door or the rice paper door, she just literally tears through it, and snarling like a tiger, she gets shot 12 times to no effect. The first blow staggered him slightly, that his arm went up and away after the blow hit, after he managed to get the rounds off, and then her second blow literally hits him square in the solar plexus, right there in the sternum, and there's just a sickening crunch that sounds like somebody breaking pieces of wood underneath a very thick and wet towel.
And you get to start the actual round where everybody can do something.
Do I have everybody beat?
No, I actually didn't finish. We finished to make sure you did your thing.
What's
Finish with your thing.
what's the other 2 guys?
What are your initiatives?
I'm at 17. I got a wonderful roll that you can see up here, plus 4 dex and 3 wits, so 17.
I'm last, going on 15.
Oh, how many people are up in front of...
I was going wits or dex, not wits and dex. That's why I was...
wits or dex?
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was... That's what I thought it was. But if it's wits and dex, that's fine. I just added the wits to these guys then.
Yeah.
All right. So yes. So Kagome and Fu, you guys get to go.
All right.
How many do we have in front of us? There's one that's currently laying on the ground, regretting his life choices.
Oh yeah. As they are passing over in front of his eyes, the other 2 guys standing with him, they're both were just holding shotguns.
That could be problematic. So there's 2 left. You know what? Kagome can go first. We need to see our little one in action. I need to see my little one in action.
All right. Is activating Iron Mountain a free action?
Yeah.
Okay,
And,
so we're
you've got
going
a
Hun V Po.
Han Vipo.
All right, sweet. So you got your Po over there. My Hun is at a rollicking good 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling.
What kind of devil tiger are you?
Straight fail.
Yeah, same with your Poe though. So your Poe's like, you know what, dude? Have at her. You're gonna throw down. I'll watch.
All right, cool. In that case, Kagome's gonna throw down. Poe's gonna watch. I mean, let's face it. She's been mean to her Poe like all week. So this is just like some serious getbacks. Either way, Kagome's initiative is the initiative of the day. We're gonna come at who is the closest shotgun goon.
You can pick one.
Alright.
There's one that, yeah. Otherwise, the other one you'll have to reach over Foo. So yeah, there's one that's closer to you.
Okay, sweet. So I'm gonna kind of come at him with my full dice pool. So that's 4 dex and 3 melee. So a total of 7. Rolling it. And 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Okay, so yeah, actually, I should probably ask you this. Are we going with the sword bonus on the bowkin because it's shaped like a sword, or are we going on baseball bat boy rules?
I can't remember off the top of my head what we had said. I think we said that we were going to allow it because of the investment you had with the Nushi.
Okay, cool. So a sword would probably, I think a sword on your chart is +2. I can look it up right now, actually. But in my memory, it is a +2 and is under the universal weapons list. And scroll.
Because on the Kyoto boards, they're actually easy to find.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a sword is in fact +2 because it's not like a crazy clave or anything. It is just a thing that is shaped like a sword.
I'd be really worried about how you got a hold of a clave and who wants it back. If
I
that's
know,
the
right?
case.
Like that'd be like an enemy's 5 situation. So we've got the 3 additional from the successes. We've got the +2 from the sword, and we've got the effective 4 strength because of the blood shintai. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's see if somebody gets in cap tonight.
Clear your dice roll first, Bob. I know you're getting all hot and bothered.
I've never had a pool this big before.
Talking about you play werewolf.
I know, right? 1, 2, 3 successes. Because of the 1s involved here.
Okay. And being a bow, that's still lethal though, right? Or is that considered bashing?
I think that is your call because I was not sure when I read the universal weapons list.
All right. I think because it's blunt, it's considered bashing. So.
Okay.
There's a reason they use this practice swords. So yeah, bashing would probably be the.
So he manages to take it.
Huh. Yeah, Kagome's track record with people's soak rolls is hilarious.
Fu just says in the best Japanese version of Immorten Joe that anyone could ever speak. Mediocre. And is going to spend another yang on no, 2 yang on Principle of Motion for extra actions, and is going to hit the guy in front of her. 1, 2, 3 successes. So that will be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. But doesn't manage to make any of that damage land. Hot diggity damn.
Hits him in the shoulder. Damn shoulder pads.
Alright.
Alright, and then their retort to your guys' attention. So, Kagome,
Yes.
the guy that you smacked with your bow stick, brings his shotgun to bear and misses.
Probably because he got hit in the face with a bow stick.
And Fu. Also, he misses.
Wow.
Too much chaos. Too much chaos in the hallway.
Now we get to see what the thrashing dragon is doing.
Alright, I'm gonna activate Black Wind.
Do not Shadow Soul. Do not Shadow Soul.
I like you.
I don't
Okay.
know, the Demon Rage might come out.
So, first, roll your Po so that you can spend the Demon Chi.
Alright. My PO is 3, I believe.
Yeah.
Should be. If my computer would stop waking out. Looks like it doesn't happen.
Okay. I don't see your dice, but so no successes.
No successes.
All right. So you're not able to harness your Demon Chi yet. So you can try again next round, but for this round you'll have to do without Black Wind.
Didn't hear you, sorry.
Oh, I said since you can try again next round, but you'll have to act without Black Wind this round then.
Alright, no problem. Okay, so doing my I think Dex Martial Arts for a Manta Strike. Yeah. He took that, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you did.
Okay.
Difficulty 7.
Wouldn't it be -2 since of my ability aptitude?
Yep, it would.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 4 go over. So that is 4 plus another 5 plus good right hook, if you're counting that.
Yeah.
Shit,
That's
I
another.
forgot that.
So that's another what? 2 dice?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
And Mantis Strike adds a dice too for the damage.
Alright. Jeez. Not my day. Uh, 1 point of damage.
And he soaks it.
Okay.
These two guys are getting
They're earning their money today. Alright, Fu, you spent for 2 extra actions.
Sure. Yeah.
Gonna utilize them.
Yeah.
Alright, 2 successes on that one. So that is strength +1 +2. 1, 2, 3 on the 1.
Okay, that's 3 lethal, right?
Yes, it is. And on the second one, actually, you know what? She's going to focus fire on the one that she just injured.
Okay.
So this second attack is going to be a bite.
So how do we get to the castle from here?
If you haven't pinned him, that's going to be at a higher
Oh, right.
difficulty,
I'm sorry.
right?
I'm
Yeah.
still werewolf mindset. I don't have a muzzle. Sorry about that. Then yeah, I'm just going to killing blow this guy. That sounded so bad now that I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
So there'll be 5 lethal coming his way with 1 success. 1 lethal on the guy that I gave 3 to previously.
Okay. And then it's you and Kagome next round.
Okay.
So yeah, you just totally got nuxed on that last round, by the way, Bob.
Oh, that is Kagome's legacy.
You're nuxed.
Oh, Kagome is like
Mediocre.
Kagome is the most nux. Like she always wants the wheel, but then she does stuff like this. Okay, so I'm gonna take it that Fu is laying into one of the shotgun people at the moment. So there is another guy who's not being laid into, and that is the person that I will attack.
All right. You and he are trading poor blows against each other, so let's see if this round works better for you.
Okay, so attacking with my full pool, that lovely 7. Let's roll it. And not a straight fail, 2 successes. Okay, for the lovely camera. Okay, gonna clear her out, and we've got my 4 strength, the other 2 additional from the weapon usage, and that 1 extra success. Rolling it. 1, 2 successes on this individual. My legacy lives on.
Your legacy lives on. Fu?
I don't suppose you have Yang Prana too, do you?
No, not yet.
Oh, that's too bad. You could have made that Boken deal ag. Fu will spend. Let's see, she spent 2 and then 2. So that completely gets rid of what she got from the waitress. So yeah, she'll spend 1 more for an extra action. 1, 2, 3, 4 this time. And so that's 3 carry over, plus an effective 3, plus 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lethal.
His head snaps back and his body crumbles.
Alright.
And his breathing slows very, very quickly.
Looking at the other one. Just
You are
giving-
at... Your Yang is at 2 now?
Yes.
So you can roll your Yin to see whether you can continue with your actions or if your extra action will be to pounce and feed on this guy.
Mm, 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 mm. 3. I'm alright. I'm hungry, but I'm okay.
Yeah. You'd be really messed up if you were Yang imbalanced, but yeah, you're fighting your Po now. And buddy is Kagome actually hits her this time. 3, so 2 extra. And Kagome, would you like to roll your soak?
Indeed, indeed. Okay, so I have, looking at my sheet, 3 stamina. I will be rolling them.
Diff 5.
Yeah, because you activated Iron Mountain.
Awesome. 1, 2, And that is... bruised.
Tis merely a flesh wound.
Yeah. I mean, that
Re-
probably is disturbing to watch a bunch of pellets go into somebody and the majority of them clatter onto the floor. Ruined your shirt, though.
Ryousuke, your turn up to bat. There's one guy left standing.
Okay. Just gonna roll straight martial arts.
Okay.
Dex martial arts.
George, do you know what Peppa's favourite game is?
I can't see your dice.
Can you see it now?
I'm just seeing a blank screen. Did you get how many successes?
A 6, a 9, a 10, an 8, and a 7.
Okay.
And the 1 and the 9 cancel.
Alrighty. Roll your damage then, bud.
Rolling damage. And 6 plus. Okay. Seriously? Just not my name. Soaks it like a boss.
Alright.
Welcome to my world.
Foo, your extra action.
If you want something done right, you have to do it yourself, it would seem. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, not quite as good as last time, but 4 lethal.
That will definitely smart him. Top of the round, it's you and Kagome again.
Phil will just look at Kagome. Are you actually going to try and do something, or are you just going to keep poking him with your little stick?
Man, Yomi's like so nettled right now. Maximum nettled. Like we're almost on the edge of real angry. So third verse, same as the first. I'm gonna poke him with a stick.
Put him in a hearse.
Alright, so rolling my attack. That is amazing. 5 successes.
You still got a damage roll. Don't get too excited now.
Yeah, the damage roll has been fucking everybody tonight.
Okay,
I don't know
so
what you're talking about. I'm doing great.
the base 6 I've been working with plus the 4 additional successes. Let's see what fate has in store for this gentleman. Only 1 success canceled out, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 successes.
And he only soaks 1, so that's 3 more on top of what Foo had done.
So he's got 5 lethal and 3 bashing.
So he is unconscious.
The one that I brought down, I am feeding from and gorging.
Meanwhile, Kagome's frustration expresses itself. This guy's just unconscious, right?
Yes,
now
he
he's
is.
going to be permanently unconscious. Kagome, in a frenzy of violence, bashes this dude's head in.
See, your Poe doesn't need to take over.
And we've got the one that's still alive, right? Like it's the first one she hit.
Yeah, he's like not breathing very good.
So I'm going to drain him.
Okay. You can make your Poe roll again, so you can access your demon chi to get fangs.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, so you guys are sitting there, munching away. The sounds of the customers filing out the building from the sounds of gunfire has subsided.
Well, that was unfortunate. And likely our good friend has went off. It's only natural that someone runs away in the face of a tiger. However, they did leave behind some very nice party gifts. And we'll pick up the 2 shotguns and what was the third one that they dropped?
It was a it's a Glock 18. It had a silencer on it, not that it would, or a suppressor, not that it would really make that huge of a difference, but it would at least mellow it a little bit.
Take the Glock for myself, and then hand the shotguns over to the 2 kiddos. They've earned some parting gifts.
I want the shotgun.
Kagome has a shotgun now.
Kagome has 2 shotguns because Ryousuke doesn't want the other one.
Well, then Kagome's gonna go get that carrying case and shove the shotguns in there. That's too many shotguns to just arm load.
Yeah, you're not going to ride the subway with them.
It might not be the smartest option.
All right.
Fu is going to take the time to gouge the eyes out of each of the bodies. Leave a calling card for the Aka family. And then they'll make a hasty retreat, as gunfire just happened in Japan, which means it's probably going to make national news.
It is going to get a lot of attention. So that is a hasty retreat is a smart plan.
Would I be able to get wallets before I left?
To get which? Wallets? Yeah,
Yes.
you can. Yeah, you know what? You can. While they're grabbing the guns, you can grab the wallets out of these 3 guys. That'll give you some good mad money to spend. Keep you going for the rest of the month.
Yeah, man. Gotta support my fetish.
Fantastic. So as you guys head out into the night, we'll bid adieu to those who have been watching. Thank you. We've gotten a little bit more progress in dealing with both Kagome and Fu's mortal targets, and the gang situation in Kyoto has definitely been shaken up more than it has in a long time. So what this will lead to, only future episodes will show us. So in the meantime, sayonara.